What's going on, guys? I want to recap some of the trades that I took today personally on the NQ. So again, I'm still kind of sitting out, right? I'm sitting out that initial open. I'm sitting out at least 15 minutes. There's just too much volatility for me. There's too many fake outs. There's too many head fakes. The ranges are just way too big. We can see here on the opening range candle, here's a 40-point range candle. Then we had a 50-point range candle here, shooting to the upside before getting drastically declined and rejected and then falling back down through the 20 and the VWAP. Okay, so the 20 SMA and the VWAP. Now, the first trade that I look to take here, 6:40 in the morning. This is 10 minutes after the market was open. I'm trying to sit out 30 minutes, but if there's something juicy that sets up within 15, for sure, I don't know how many times to say it. I am not taking any trades, and I've been this way now. This is the second week since I started to realize in this market cycle that those trades off the bell are just not doing well for me. But I'm at least trying to sit out the first two candles. Okay. Typically speaking, I'd like to sit out 30 minutes. But if there's something juicy that sets up at the 15-minute mark, I would be considered interested in taking that. And the reason why I was interested in taking this on the 15-minute mark here was after we shot up off the bell, we immediately got rejected with no follow through. This looked great to continue to push up to the upside, but the engulfing candle here, taking out the opening, 2 5-minute range candles here, was very disconcerting to me. Once we lost this 20 SMA, we were sitting right at the VWAP. The next candle confirms this is where I took my trade. Okay, so I took my trade here. I got in and I got out on this singular bar. Now I wish I would have really held it, but again, that's just, it's not my style of trading. I'm normally trading one, sometimes two mini contracts, and I don't have enough, kind of sway in that, in those funded accounts, with drawdown limits and stuff like that to kind of sit there and be in drawdown 25, 35 points. If I was trading micros, we could probably do that. But again, when I'm looking for these scalps, I'm looking for those quick winners. Now, this dotted line that you see here is the opening range break of the 30-minute candle. So I'm always looking at the opening range of the 30 minutes after the market opens. What I want to see and what I do is I mark out the lows of that opening range. Okay. Now, when we start to break that opening range, that's another scalp for me. Okay. So that's another scalp for me. And then you could also play it one of two ways. You could take the first initial break, which is this candle here, or you can let it break the opening 30-minute range, look for a confirmation candle. So break, put in a new low, and then get in on the confirmation candle. Now, those were my setups that I took early. Once we started to bounce, right, we had this little bit of a Biggs bottom here. Now, again, risky trade because this indecision candle here could have just been a pause for a continuation to the downside. But when I seen us start to push higher, I started to tell myself maybe there's an opportunity here to kind of get in if we can break the previous indecision candle, put in a high, and then confirm it. So this price here, 205.41 into 205.54, I'm looking for 5 points. Many of you guys who are following me know that. I'm looking for 5 points. So I'm waiting for the candle that closes over the indecision. This is obviously a hard level here where if we were to break down below that, we don't want to be in a long trade anyways. Took a very quick scalp here, was actually lucky, and I'll consider myself lucky, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say that I was lucky, because as soon as this broke, it went up about 12, 13, 14 points and immediately shot back down. On one mini contract here, this would have been a very, very big loss. Now I need to get away from kind of taking these types of setups, especially this early in the day, especially when we're already green on the day. If anything, I need to go to micros. Okay, I need to go to micros. That's going to be a note that I'm going to put in my journal today. Now, once we did start to push back up towards the 20 and the VWAP here, we did get a setup to the long side that did confirm. However, I stayed away. Why do you want to stay away? Because this is just a breakdown and a retest for a possible continuation down. What we would need to see is getting back over the 20 in the VWAP, confirm, close above it, back test VWAP and 20, hold. Like, so this down move here needed to hold. Okay. And then what it needed to do was it needed to take out that new high back over VWAP. Then our long position becomes somewhere in here. Now, the first initial test, I'll always kind of let it go Typically, those of you guys who know in evolution traders, I tend to get a coffee around 8 a.m. as well. That's about an hour, hour and a half after the market's open. I'll go take a break, get a coffee, get my eyes off the screens and kind of look for something new. Now, once we got into, right, I was letting everyone know on evolution traders that there was a potential. What was that trade potential here? I got it marked out. So what I was looking at was, I would like to see that 20,478 get tagged. 20,478 is what I was looking for in Discord. And you can see we came all the way down here to 20,470, 20,474, 20,473. So once that got tagged, that was a short position here. Again, you had your 5-minute 20 SMA play here set up, it confirmed here, or you had a new one here that set up, confirmed here. Now, all of these trades here in the middle, you don't want to fiddle in the middle, meaning if we're not taking out the lows or we're not pushing down towards the lows, you're not really looking to try to go long from here, right? So you're kind of waiting for this double bottom to get taken out. So notice the double bottom here. Notice this pullback. Notice this pullback. If you were to draw a price level line here, we're not really trying to bounce off this. I know some people would try to take this double bottom bounce, but what you need to see for a double bottom bounce is you need to see that previous swing high get taken out. So that previous swing high needs to take this out, and then that would have been your long position. So bounce, bounce, hold, take out prior swing high, then you're long. Okay, that didn't happen. So when that doesn't happen, take this off. When that doesn't happen, oh gosh. So when that doesn't happen, what you're looking for here is just a rejection, right? Double bottom bounce, failed breakout back over VWAP in the 20 SMA. Then you're looking for the short position. So you'd be looking for the short position here. You'd be looking for the short position here through the 20. Once it breaks down and it confirms a double bottom, you're looking for that flush into the 70s. Okay, so look for that flush into the 70s there, and then there's your double bottom. And then from there, you have another little, what we call in evolution traders, a little bit of a Big's bottom here, indecision candle through a prior area of support, significant area of support. Green candle takes out red, low of day becomes your stop. So this is a great trade to take on micros because you can get in 2 or 3 micros here, and all you got to do is just put in a stop loss right below the lows. Okay, so once we flush the low of day, boom, get those trapped shorts, and then wait for a green candle to take out red. There's your max pain, and now you sit. And even on 2 micros, this price was 20,490 all the way up into 20,540. So I mean, this is a 50-60 point move here. Even on 2 micros, you'd be up close to $200 on this potential trade. Now, I'd like to see the reaction here into 20,565, which was our previous area, and our VWAP here. But again, those were some of the trades that I took today. Again, markets have been a little bit choppy. Markets have been a little bit extreme and volatile off the open. My best advice for all of you guys, at least sit out the first 15 minutes. If you can do it, sit out the first 30, because you're going to get your more clear moves after that opening 30-minute range. And then you're going to get your moves after that initial balance has been set. So once the initial balance is set, once you have that 30-minute range, you can kind of see some more price action, and then you're going to be able to make your decisions a little bit better. But just want to kind of give you an example of some of the trades and trade ideas that I was looking at in the room here at Evolution Traders. Again, a lot of short positions here and then 1 long. Okay, a lot of short positions and then 1 long. Why a lot of short positions? Well, the trend is down. The trend is down, and even though this is a bounce and there was an opportunity here for that little scalp, again, all you're doing is taking a scalp on a dead cat bounce right into supply. Okay, so you want to avoid getting trapped here. A lot of times traders will say, oh my gosh, we're breaking back out over VWAP. They'll get long, and then you get trapped. You need to see the highs be put in, and then you need to see the area that we came from get back tested, and then hold, and then take out a swing high. Then you're long. Okay, hope that makes sense.